I'm Dr. Bob Greykowski. Welcome back to the Better Brain Academy. Today we're going to be talking about your processing speed that showed up on your brain span report. Now, what processing speed is your ability to take in information through your nervous system, process it in the brain, and then make sense of it. Has really nothing to do with how smart you are, but it does have a lot to do with how you can react to the environment. As our brain ages, our processing speed can slow down, so we do things a lot slower. Unfortunately, this can start to affect a lot of things we've talked about already. It can affect our memory, it can affect our proprioception, our ability to stay without falling or balance. So this is an important thing that we want to look at as far as measuring your processing speed and what are ways that you can improve that so that your brain can continue to stay healthy throughout your life. That's what this is all about. On your report, it may have said several things as far as recommendations. Maybe it talked about taking turmeric or Ginkgo biloba or L-tyrosine or some of these other factors that can help with your processing speed of the brain. The reason these work is because they help these neurotransmitters that are the carrier molecules between each of the nerves. You got trillions of cells in the body, and these nerves have to connect and communicate with each other as they go through and as they connect into part of the brain, the gray matter. So there are several things with each of these which I'm going to break down specifically. So let's start with turmeric. Turmeric has become much more in the news lately because of a lot of research. Now, turmeric has been around for thousands of years as far as medicinal purposes in India, China, Japan. So turmeric they used to use it to actually dye their clothing. It's used for hennas, tattoos, but it has a lot of medicinal purposes. Without getting heavy into detail, what it really does, it's one of the best anti-inflammatory foods that you can add, or nutrients you can add to your diet. So we've been talking about inflammation, and if you have inflammation in your body because maybe you're taking in too many sugars or bad fats or certain proteins that are affecting that part of our brain addressing your memory. So that part of your brain which we talked about in the memory was your hippocampus. Now that little perforant pathway is where a lot of these things get clogged and inflamed. Turmeric has been shown to reduce the inflammation in that perforant pathway, which helps your memory, helps your processing speed, helps our ability to just connect better with the outside world. If we look, you got to think about this is a smart learning experience. So the S in SMART stands for our senses. We see things, we take it in, we hear things, we feel things, we taste things, we smell things. Now our sense of taste and smell are the strongest sense in your body. They're about 300 times stronger, and you will override any type of conscious decision that you might make because of a sense of smell or taste. It's the first part of our sensory nervous system to develop. So it bypasses a part of our brain, our thalamus, which kind of is that gatekeeper to give you an idea of what decision you might need to make. Now, our sense of smell and taste bypasses that, so sometimes you might have a decision, I'm going to eat healthier, but then all of a sudden you smell something, go forget it, goes right out the window. So your processing speed actually helps you to step back a little bit, make it a little bit better conscious decision before you start to eat something that maybe is not going to be the best for you long term. So turmeric, it can be used in so many foods. Obviously, if you go to Thai food or Indian food, the curry, the curcumin, which is the component in turmeric, is the thing that gives the anti-inflammatory processes. Now, as always, if you are on any type of medications that might say don't eat a certain type of food or don't take a certain type of nutrient that I'm recommending, it is always absolutely critical that you talk to your doctor if you're on any type of anticoagulants, with some of the things we'll be talking about today for your blood, or if you're on any type of non-steroidal anti-inflammatories. These may be contraindicated, so you want to make sure that you check with your doctor before you start to do any type of supplementation. The next thing that may have shown up on your report is a thing called Ginkgo biloba. Now, Ginkgo biloba is one of the oldest known herbs on our planet. The Ginkgo biloba tree, from the Ginkgo phyta properties, has been around for 300 million years. That's a long time, and it hasn't changed its genetic structure at all. So it's been used for centuries and centuries for its medicinal purposes. It has done more clinical studies than just about any type of herb out there. Now, as I said, it's always important if you're on any type of blood thinners or any type of medications for your heart, you may want to speak to your doctor before you add this to your nutritional supplementation. But it's important to look at this because Ginkgo biloba helps with so many things for our peripheral nervous system and the circulation. So what it does helps get better circulation to different parts of the brain. It also helps with increasing the neurotransmitter effectiveness. So it helps with macular degeneration. Lots of studies with that. So your eyes, you get better circulation to your eyes, better processes for your memory because you're getting better circulation to different parts of the brain. Ginkgo biloba is one of the most proven things to help with mental decline. So it actually is helping circulation. Now, obviously, all these things, we talked about nerves that fire together, wire together. So if you're adding something from the outside, some nutrient, you also want to do the other aspects we're talking about in the academy. Your thinking is important. So you can't just add something and keep eating the way you're eating and think that that's going to make a difference. You've got to use that scale we talked about. You've got to cut something back and increase something. So if you add some of these herbal compounds, it's not about eating the same way you've been doing. Reduce inflammatory foods, increase the anti-inflammatory properties of ginkgo, reduce foods that cause sluggishness in the circulation, increase ginkgo biloba so that you're increasing circulation. Now on your report you may have had another thing called L-tyrosine. That's an amino acid. Remember that all the amino acids are the building blocks of proteins. So there's these different proteins. Some of them are essential, some of them are non-essential. Non-essential means that we can make them from other amino acids. So L-tyrosine is important in the nerve transmission process for dementia, for Alzheimer's. They found that people that are reducing the amount of L-tyrosine in the blood and the brain, they have a higher incidence of reducing their cognitive factors. Now, a good thing that you can get through L-tyrosine are your seeds. Pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. Those are very good for increasing the L-tyrosine, the precursor for these neurotransmitters. The other thing, avocados are another great process that you can add to your nutrition. So I don't want you to just go out and start supplementing a bunch of things, but ginkgo is something you may want to look into. So talk to your doctor because it does have some very good herbal properties for your cognitive reflexes, your processing speed, your memory. It may be something that you can add to your supplementation, and you can see a difference. I know that when I've taken it, I can actually feel a little bit more alert, a little bit sharper. The processes of the Better Brain Academy are not just about the eating. This is the eating module, but you got to be starting to think a little bit differently. Look at each thing layers upon each day. Make sure that you are being more conscious when you're eating. Look at the timing that you're eating. What's the time of the day that you're eating? Is it spread out through the entire day or is it starting to compress? Now I'm going to be talking more about the timing of your eating and also how gut health is so critical for your overall health and vitality for your neurotransmitters. Next video, we're going to be talking a little bit more about sustained attention. Now attention deficit hyperactivity disorder is rampant. 20 million kids are on some sort of attention deficit medication, which are very detrimental and are actually creating more and more problems. So we're going to step back and look at this not only as children, but as adults. How can we have better sustained attention? That improves the quality of your health and your life. And so this will be a little bit deeper the next couple times. So look back, go back, and you got to look at what am I doing to reduce inflammation? Am I addressing my omega-3, omega-6 ratios? Am I reducing the amount of processed oils? Am I increasing the good oils in my body? Am I reducing the sugars? Am I reducing the amount of processed foods? Am I eating less of that dashboard diet so that you're not eating in the car or fast foods? Make that scale, and over a period of time, that's how you change not only your body's health, but your brain's health and your health in the future. Dr. Bob, I look forward to talking to you soon. Have a great rest of your day.